Okay, let me just double check whether we are streaming live on my Facebook because I'm sort of multitasking. Right now we're on Zoom. I'm recording so that we can put it into YouTube later. And
Yay.
of course, my Facebook friends that are in my Juggling Health and Wealth group can also see us live. Let me just double check.
I'm just having a quick look also, so to see
Yeah,
if
if you
I.
go to Juggling Health and Wealth, you should, I'm just going in. It does say here that we're live
Yes.
on Facebook. Yay!
Yeah, I can see.
Awesome, awesome. Great. Okay, well, we've still got like 1 minute before 11:30. I know that some of my friends have told me that they're coming in, and we may even expect some people from overseas as well. So whoever comes in, we can then, of course, share your lovely topic. And I'm just really looking forward to it. So, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
All right,
Oh,
right on 11:30 here now. So let's get started. Hey, everybody, it's wonderful to be on with my soul sister, Husne Aslantas, this morning. So let me just quickly introduce myself before we get started. For those of you who may not know me, Kitty Chang's my name. I'm in the lifestyle coaching business, specializing in helping individuals to supercharge their health and weight management through mindset, nutrition, and also internet franchising. And I help business owners and professional people to reach their total wellness and with my signature programs. Today, my special guest, as I mentioned, is my lovely, dear, special friend and soul sister, Husne. And before we get chatting, I'm going to be sharing with you of her bio if for those of you who don't know her. So Husne Aslantas is actually Careerist Relationship Manager, and she assists a portfolio of aspiring professionals with often complex decisions around their careers to make the most out of their experience with careerists. That's really special. And having a background in business and human resources, Husne brings a broad range of expertise in identifying new business opportunities by prospecting internal and external networks. Aside from her business life, Husne is also very passionate about creating awareness and educating people on child sexual abuse and trafficking for a safer future for our children, which is so meaningful, and I can so resonate and identify with her. And recently, she was selected to star in a groundbreaking TV show, Adventure All Stars, and she's actually one of the main official cast member. Congratulations, my dear. And, she will be raising funds for her chosen charity, Project Karma. And they actually protect children from sexual exploitation, which is such a meaningful cause. So welcome, welcome.
thank you,
Now,
thank you, thank you.
I have to say this before we get into our chat. I'm really excited to be chatting with you today because it is your birthday. Happy birthday. Just want to say a huge, huge happy birthday to you, and also to say that it's such a privilege and really a pleasure and honor for me to be able to spend this special time on your special day, my darling.
Oh, Kitty, thank you so much, my beautiful soul sister. God bless your beautiful, beautiful heart. Thank you.
God bless you, and you're looking amazing. Lovely.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Okay, well, you and I, even though we've only known each other for a relatively short time, we've been saying to each other since day one that we just connected like a snap.
Definitely. Like, wow.
We didn't we? It was
Yeah,
just amazing. I've had
yeah.
a lot of really good friends, but it's very rare that I connect with someone like I did with you just so instantly. Seriously.
You know, Kitty, what they say with things like that is that our souls actually recognize each other from a previous life. So that's exactly what happens. That instant connection when you've met someone from a previous life. It's our souls connecting. So it's really
Fantastic.
beautiful.
Yeah, so I mean, since then, since we knew each other, amongst many topics that we've been actually have had discussions, um, we actually had quite a bit of in-depth discussion about what's going on during our very long lockdown and the COVID-19 situation and the pandemic. How has it been for you for the last few months?
Look, for me, it's been an amazing space. I know that there's a lot of sadness, and there's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of people that have gone, lost their businesses. A lot of suicides,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But when we look at the other side of it, it has really it became like a purification, so to speak, in nearly all areas, especially for Melburnians who have been locked down. So we when we were locked down, what happened was we were forced to go internal. So we needed to pivot from, being on the outside, like always our thoughts and our brains on the outside, to actually coming into our center. And so we started to come into our center. And I think that made a huge change. And, for a lot of us, and including myself, there was a huge destruction internally. But then there was the rise of your beautiful soul that came through. So it's actually purification that's taking place right now.
I love that because, love helping people, of course, starting from myself, to both detox their body and their mind. Detoxification, cleansing of their mind is something that I find extremely important in our day-to-day life, and especially now during this lockdown period. And I've actually had the same experiences as I've shared with you in quite a bit of discussion. But today we've got a very fascinating topic that, as I actually shared with you, I was like, wow, this is something that I personally needed to learn. As you told me about the concept of really cleaning, clearing, and cleansing both our home and our mind. And you basically said that, we can really welcome a new era, a new season, and of course, new year in 2021, which is coming in a couple of months. Time flies so quickly, doesn't it? And to be able to have more clarity and a renewed sense of joy and abundance. And so can you tell us a little bit about how we do that through cleaning, cleansing, and clearing?
For sure. Look, we started doing this. I think it was last year. A few of my friends started doing this because I was doing a deep clean, and I do it every season.
Okay.
So I try to do it on the first week of every season, because every season has a specialty.
Yep.
And with let's say, for argument's sake, spring, we're starting to get rid of the laziness, where we want to start to sprout,
Yeah.
even come out of our shell. So the energy in your home needs to reflect the energy of the seasons as well. So at every season I do this, and the way that you would do it is, first of all, look around you. Like, if you're not going to do your whole house, that's fine, but it's great to do your main living area. So wherever that may be, wherever you spend the most time, but
Yep.
you have to do it consciously, knowing what you're actually doing.
Hmm.
So what that looks like is, you would pick up an object and you would feel it. And if that gives you joy, you'll keep that. If that doesn't mean anything to you, you can declutter. Because what's actually happening energetically is, it's not just your surroundings, it's all in your head.
Yes.
So as you put aside each piece, And mind you, the world needs the things that you're not actually throwing out, because you can give to the salvos.
Sure.
There are a lot of groups that you can donate to, and you donate to all these beautiful charities, and so people are happy to receive those. But what you're actually doing is you're giving, and you are allowing or creating space for new things to come into your surroundings, right?
Wow. Yes, right.
If we keep receiving in our mind, we're going to explode. And it's the same thing with your surroundings. We become quite stagnant. So the more that we start to get rid of, the more space that we leave open in our mind as well.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is what we need to do is look at it and think to yourself, what is it that I want to achieve by doing this?
Right.
So you have to set an intention, because your intention is the most important thing.
Mhm.
So just be conscious of every piece that you remove, but as you remove things, you're going to also clean it, right? So if you're going to put it back, you dust it, clean it, whatever that looks like. So you're actually cleaning the space and clearing. Okay. So once you've done your space, then to actually cleanse it. So at each stage of this, we're doing internal and external work. And
Okay.
what the cleansing and purifying looks like is, like there's so many different ways of doing it. I find that for myself, the best way to do it is just put salt everywhere.
Salt. Okay.
Salt.
Yep.
So I use rock salt through the grinder, so the Himalayan salt, and I'll put it like I cleanse my whole house. So it's up to you which part of your house that you would like to cleanse, and you just put it everywhere, and you leave it for about a couple of hours. But while you're doing that, again, your intention is really, really important.
Okay.
So you set your intention. You want to cut and clear any stagnant energy that is there, and you want to. So once you vacuum that, after 2 hours, then we're going to bring in sage and just sage everywhere. Okay. During those 2 hours, you're going to wipe down everything, and so you're actually purifying even your body as you do it. But once you sage it, your intention then is to bring in all the loving higher energies in your home and into your mind, and allow the beauty to come through. So, depending on if you're religious, if you're spiritual, whatever, whether you believe, whether you don't believe, just, allow the universe to bring you joy and happiness and wealth and health, abundance. That's what it's all about. We're getting rid of the things that are stagnant and welcoming abundance in all areas of our lives.
Wow, that's gorgeous, because I think that as we do that, we actually are cleansing both our home and our mind. That's why you're talking about both together. And a lot of us don't think of it. Even I always thought of, cleaning my home as a chore. But to look at it from that perspective is really an enlightening thought, because it's actually helping me to be decluttering even my cluttered mind. I love that.
Oh, Kitty, let me tell you this little thing. I watched this little Asian video, right?
Okay.
The elderly Asian woman. Every morning, she, very early in the morning, she sweeps the front of her home.
Okay.
And my mum does that. And I thought, this is really interesting. Let me look at it.
Yeah.
And what it said in there is, it's not the fact that you're actually sweeping. What you're doing is you're sweeping away anything that's stagnant and any bad energies and any residues of, like you could have had arguments, you could have had fights, whatever that looks like, but you're sweeping it away. So, intentionally, she'll be sweeping and praying to God, please take away this bad stagnant energy, like that's not serving my higher purpose now. And then once it's all clean, she looks at it, and then she has a sense of accomplishment. And then when she opens her doors to let the fresh air in, she's letting in the abundance, and she's praising and praying to God to let this in. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
absolutely beautiful. You know, these are ancient things that they used to do, but what's happening is everything that's old is becoming the new. So
That's
we're
right.
starting to go back to ancient practices now.
That's perfect. Because you know how we've been talking about what me and my team is doing, you know, the 28 days of health. And now you're
Yeah.
sort of part of that as well, right? And with that, one of the things that I've been incorporating every single day is mindful practice. And I
Yes.
realized that, I mean, I've been doing that for years now, but I don't do it as intentionally as the last week since we started the 28 days of health in November, which both you and I are November babies, right? So the thing is, I realized that even when I'm, you know, cleaning my house, because I started doing that last Friday when you told me Friday was a good time to start. You know, I started doing a little bit of, you know, just my living room and then my study and my, you know, bedroom. I realized that as I did that, I mindfully, consciously was focusing in on exactly what you were talking about with that little lady sweeping the floor, to actually be intentional about what I was going through and be grateful and count my blessings and thank God for what I have.
Yes.
Because every single thing that I have the ability to even just sweep off, you know, of any stagnant dust or energy or whatever, actually gave me the assurance that life is really meaningful, in fact.
And sacred, and very, very sacred. And Kitty, you know, you talk about your challenge, and what I'd like to add to your viewers is, if they look at their own body as their temple, you know, it's their
Sure.
sacred temple.
Yeah.
So whatever that goes in through here, or, you know, your eyes, your ears, just even your senses,
Sure.
it's all sacred.
Of
So
course.
what I would like to say is, watch what you eat, because this is your sacred temple. Yeah.
Yes.
So make sure it's healthy and it's nourishing for you.
Yep.
What you watch with your eyes, you know, make sure that it resonates and aligns with your heart.
Yeah.
And, you know, what you hear, what are you listening to, or the people that you're hanging around with, the energy, you
Yes.
know, make sure that it's aligning to your heart, because the world is changing, and this is how things are happening. And the energy now is, the energy frequency is very, very high now. So
Yeah.
you'll find that the things that are not serving your higher purpose will just fall away anyway. So
Yes.
don't be disappointed if things are falling away,
That's really,
because
really lovely.
the new abundance is coming through. Yeah.
And we also talked about, you know, in our introduction to what you do, another area of what you've been actually focusing in on is to help children. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because it's just so exciting that you are starting to be going to a TV show, which is such an amazing thing. And so tell us a bit about that, and what will you be doing in that show, and how is that connected with your heart in helping children?
So just to give you a very quick little background, I've had dreams about children pretty much since I was a young girl, and I was always saving children, and I didn't understand what it was. It wasn't my own children. It was other people's children, but there was always destruction, and I was trying to save them. Now, I had this same dream, you know, I probably would have started about the age of 5, 6,
Wow.
and I had it until probably 3, 4 years ago when it stopped. And I thought, oh wow, this dream has stopped. But then this year, everything blew out of proportion with the trafficking of the kids. And you know, I know it goes into a little bit of conspiracy theory and things like that, but the facts are that, you know, we had tunnels under Melbourne, and there was statistically, they said there was 300,000 kids saved from these tunnels. These are
Okay. Wow.
trafficked children, you
Right.
know, sex exploitation at its worst. And but the reality was, there was over like millions. So that's only in Melbourne alone, and imagine it's all over the world. Well, when I heard this, I was just vomiting with the pain in my gut. And I'm going to be a grandmother soon, and I love everybody's kids. I just love kids. And
Yeah.
the other part of it is that I was subjected to that as a young girl, and it's taken me all my life to come to terms with it and to get over the trauma of it. And to come out and actually say this publicly is a huge thing. So
Yes.
I'm a little bit nervous as well to say this. So
I really want to honor you, my soul sister, for being vulnerable and open, transparent, because what you're doing is actually to give light to what is needed to be said, and then being able to be the conduit and advocate for blessing. So kudos to you, Husne, for being willing to share what you've been through.
we don't have to look far. These
Yeah.
monsters are in our own families, in very close to us.
Yeah.
And especially in the Asian countries,
Yes. Yes.
the parents just give the kids up, the young kids, because they have no money. So Project Karma
Yes.
is there to combat these sort of things, and also to educate, not just save, but to educate the families, which is so needed. Bring
Yes.
light, not just for the Asian countries, but the whole of the world. And
Right.
it's not just an Asian problem or just an Australian problem. It's
Yep.
a worldwide problem.
Yes.
And I'm so passionate about being with the kids and looking after our kids. Just like we're women, and we're nurturers, and we need to come together and do this. So I invite really everybody to please hold hands, come together,
Yes.
and if you could please support us in this this beautiful journey that I've started on.
Yep.
And you can donate. We'll leave the link below.
Let's do that.
I would so appreciate it, because we're each cast member needs to raise $10,000 in the 10 months. So
Right.
we'll be doing various things, like we'll have probably trivia nights and galas and things like that as well.
Exciting. Yeah.
But, every cent counts. So we want to do as much as we can for Project Karma.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my journey. And also we're gonna be on an adventure that we don't know where the location is yet.
Oh, you still don't know. Oh my goodness. How
We won't know
exciting.
until we get there.
Yeah, wow. But it's such an amazing journey that you've already started. And I know that it will actually come to an amazing result in terms of, the children that you'll be able to help, but also the awareness that you're going to raise as well. Yeah,
It's so
fantastic.
needed, sister. It is
Yeah.
so needed.
Yeah.
We all have children. We have
Yes.
brothers, sisters, and it's not just the girls. You'll be amazed how many boys there is, and it's so heartbreaking. And even babies, babies. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yes. So, well, in terms of what you're actually going to be doing for that, is there particular things that, I suppose you mentioned we can actually support you financially. Any other ways that we can support as well in terms of
Yes,
raising
by all
awareness?
means. So we have sponsorships.
Yep.
For business owners. So it's a little way to give back to the community, and also create awareness as well. It'll be lovely to for argument's sake, for a company to sponsor Project Karma, and they can have it on their website. We're sponsoring Project Karma, and what's really beautiful is Project Karma has an eye. And it says, we're watching you. And, just to have these logos on your website is just amazing. And, what I found was people, like genuine people, heart-based people, they want to do business with these sort of businesses.
Of course.
So it's really amazing. You get, so there's $1,000, $3,000 or $5,000 sponsorships. So it's silver, bronze, and gold. So there's various different exposures, and for any of your viewers or their friends that may be interested, I'll leave the link below.
Let's do
And
that.
just send me a message and I'll send the sponsorship packs and they can have a look at it.
Sure.
And it's for such a good cause, and the TV exposure, but as well as all our social media as well. So they'll get their names mentioned, and there'll be a little write-up about the company as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so very much for your time this morning, and especially, on your special day that you've actually spent this time to share with us your heart, your journey, and I know that you are going to be such a great blessing to many.
Oh, thank you, as you are, sister. And I hope that the day of your birthday, I get to spend it like this.
Face to face, even better.
Yeah.
Face to face, even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some 3 weeks away. So hopefully by then it will be, we can catch up already,
Yes.
So
Let's hope it's soon.
yeah. All right.
Bye.
You take care, and